against terror, and that we've been treating these things with kid gloves.
Yes, sir. Tola, there is this, the finance minister, Wale Edun. I think he was a little bit indisposed some times ago and was flown abroad. Yes, and he came back. It was Wale Edun. It was
him.
He's talking now. He's saying Nigeria's economy is rebounding. Inflation easing. Yes, that is according to him. As the Federal Executive Council approves $396 million loans for IDPs.
What's the meaning of that? Loans for IDP, loans for people who are helpless.
Yes, loans.
Should we give them those, or should
be giving them grants?
Grants. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Well, it says, let me just first, before I go into some other details here, the economy is experiencing significant turnaround, driven by reforms in the fiscal and monetary sectors. Well, fiscal and monetary sectors. Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Mr. Wale Edun, disclosed this while speaking with journalists at the end of the Federal Executive Council meeting chaired by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Edun listed exchange rate stability, the correction of market distortions, and improved investors' confidence as factors responsible for the economic recovery. All this English, the layman will not understand.
Now, okay.
Yes, people are now spending about 50% of their income on basic needs compared to 90% before, and there is more affordability and the cost of living is inching downwards. I don't believe this.
Well, in their air-conditioned offices in Abuja, they cannot know that it is raining outside. How can you say people are spending 50% of their on basic?
Yes.
Oh, really? People are spending 99% of their income on basic needs.
Yes.
So it doesn't not.
We can say it. We are victims too.
Maybe he spends in dollars, maybe he doesn't spend in naira. Maybe that's why he cannot understand the true position of things. But whoever told him this, and it's either that person is deceiving him or the minister is the one deceiving himself. The Yorubas will say, "Entoban paro fún yín, tí o bá mọ̀ pé rọ́ lòun, tẹ́tẹ́ mi tó ń parọ́ fún ọmọ pé rọ́ lòun pa fún ọmọ tó ń parọ́ mọ̀ pé òun parọ́." So it's either the minister is oblivious, maybe it's too comfortable, just like the Senate President and the FCT Minister, Mr. Wiki. They are all sounding like this too, and it's understandable when you are in deep comfort. Too much of everything is bad. Too much comfort is also not good for anyone, because you'll be out of tune, out of touch with reality. The minister has gone out of touch with reality. And I wonder if this is what this office, this plum offices in Nigeria does to their occupants. So what he's saying is, the same way they were talking about insecurity, saying that everything is okay.
It's okay, yes.
So now they are running helter-skelter, now that the Americans have intervened and trying to go the armor. So they cannot call the bluff of the Americans. Somebody, a lawyer, Barrister Bimpe Adelowo, was on my program, Searchlight, yesterday afternoon. And when I was asking him that, okay, why are we not calling the bluff of the Americans? Why are we behaving like a schoolboy that has been caught in an illicit act by the headmaster, by the principal, by the school principal, and is now putting his hands behind his head, heads bowed, and begging for forgiveness and promising to change? So he told me that we cannot do that. We cannot do that because we are guilty, not of allowing the mass killing of Christians, but because we have refused to do anything serious about the mass killings of both Christians and Muslims and people of other religions all over the country. We have refused to do anything. So because we are guilty, that is why those were his words. That we don't have any moral justification in the first place, even to call their bluff, because they are right on one count. There are indeed mass killings in Nigeria, and mass killings that have also been threatening the interest of the Americans. So just this way now, that the minister is saying that everything is okay and that the cost of living is in check. Oh, really? Oh. Well, I think maybe he should take a walk and maybe he should allow himself to be identified on the streets. A typical, should I say, urban. I'm not talking about the eyebrow areas. Maybe he should come somewhere like Bere Uji in Ibadan or Oshodi in Lagos to just take a walk and have somebody point him out that is the Minister of Finance. That is what that controls Nigeria's money.
Just for him to just say, Nigeria ti wapa. So he will now see what will happen, the consequences. He will see it.
So I think that is the only way we might be able to understand that it is still not good outside. He should step out of his air-conditioned office and test the waters and see whether he's right or not. But another commercial break. We'll be back.
Èyíkéyìí ọkọ̀ tó bá ń wà. Ó nílò ààbò tó péye. Máa dágunlá jẹ́ kó jẹ́ mobile. Níbikíbi tó bá wà ló fún ojúlówó. Bóyá sọ pé. Jẹ́ kó jẹ́ mobile. Mobile ní ìṣúlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́. Jẹ́ kó jẹ́ mobile. Lọ pẹ̀lú ojúlówó. Jẹ́ kó jẹ́ mobile.
Conversation.
Right, we're back, and the program is still Conversation. On Anambra poll, Mukiton faces first test tomorrow as the INEC boss. EU deploys 687 observers and 98.8% PVCs collected for election, says INEC. That's encouraging, but then when it's election day, well, I hope we have that commensurate number of people coming out to vote. Obi's credible election kicks against vote buying. Like I always said, that I think that's still the biggest problem we have now in the Nigerian electoral process. It's not really much more again about electoral violence since INEC introduced that aspect of its reforms, where they cancel elections in areas where violence has been proven. So now it's about the problem of vote buying now. Now, exactly 16 days after I assumed office, Professor Joash Ojo Amukuton, SAN, is set for the first acidic load test for the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, under its leadership tomorrow, as voters in Anambra State go to the poll in the governorship election. In a speech at the INEC headquarters in Abuja, during its inaugural meeting with directors, shortly after being sworn in by President Bola Tinubu, Amukuton committed to delivering free, fair, and credible elections that will reflect the true will of Nigerians.
Well, this one is still talking about politics now, talking about the PDP crisis. Well, I will not call it crisis, PDP maybe misunderstanding. State party chairman back Damagum's NWC, that is the National Working Committee. People's Democratic Party PDP state chairman on Thursday declared support for the Umar Damagum-led National Working Committee NWC of the party amid the ongoing leadership crisis rocking it. The Forum of State PDP chairmen, after a meeting held in Abuja, also commended Justice Ladino Akintola of the Oyo State High Court for granting the party the leave to proceed with its scheduled November 15 Ibadan National Elective Convention. Meanwhile, Oyo State Governor Sheyi Makinde and the chairman met Thursday evening in Abuja to deliberate on the latest development in the party and strategize ahead of the Ibadan Convention. And yes, Governor Makinde is insisting on the Ibadan Convention to hold despite all the court injunctions.
Well, state party chairman are backing Damagun's National Working Committee. And it also says here Adeleke not joining ADC. That's Governor Adeleke of Osun State.
He has been saying that all along. He has been, pointing out that he is not joining ADC. But
so he's also not going to APC, Abi. I think he attempted to join APC, but they said they didn't want him. That's why. But the boat of the PDP, the ship, the PDP vessel, it appears another huge gaping hole is about to be punched in the hull. It says here, Taraba governor, no defect on November 19. Oh, okay. Is he APC or PDP? Okay. Let's see, Bimbo. To page 6 of the Nigerian Tribune. Bearing last minute change in plan, the Taraba State Governor Abu Kefas may formally resign from the People's Democratic Party, PDP. Yes, he's planning to defect to the All Progressive Congress on November 19. A member of the main party National Working Committee read this to the Nigerian Tribune in confidence. Governor Kefas may be received in Jalingo by the national chairman of the APC, Professor Netawe Yowatda. The source revealed that arrangement for the trip to Jalingo formed part of the discussion at the meeting of the APC National Working Committee held on Wednesday at the party National Secretariat. And checks revealed that Governor Kefas has dropped hints of his plan to dump the erstwhile ruling party, the PDP, on Tuesday at a meeting with chieftains of the APC and PDP held at the banquet hall in T.Y. Danjuma House, Jalingo. Okay. He said, yes, a rumor is indeed circulating, and I'm also hearing that rumor. Sometimes when a rumor keeps moving like that, it makes somebody think that it is something good. I'm also hearing that rumor, and I'm working on it to see that it becomes a reality. So by the grace of God, in a few days to come, after next week, you will hear from me. Let's continue to pray. I want to assure everyone here, whether you are from APC, PDP, or any other party, that we are committed to doing justice. But Bimbo, that man, that lawmaker, that lost his seat for defecting. So what did he do differently that he could not get away with his defection?
Like all other politicians, all other governors did, all other House of Assembly members, House of Rep members, senators did, and they went away with it. They got away with it.
Yes, and the governor is saying, Governor Kefas is also saying, let's forgive one another. Let us think about what we can move this state forward. So as they consulted with the people who voted for him on the platform of the APC, of the PVP, before deciding and telling them that let's forgive one another. So it's only those people at that dinner that matter, that he invited to that dinner. They said some PDP people were there, so he would say that he has sought their consent. He said that he was saying this at a meeting with chieftains of the APC and PDP at the banquet hall in T.Y. Danjuma House, Jalingo. Well, he said there's also open discussions with the governor of Adamawa State, and that the APC is plotting control of the northeast. As if they don't have it already.
Yes, you still have more.
Well, they want 3 states, according to what the story here says, that they want 3 states in the governorship election in the northeast region, while its main rival, the PDP, also wants 3 seats. Now, states currently undergo the control of the APC are Borno, Gombe, and Yobe states, while the PDP controls Bauchi, Taraba, and Adamawa. The northeast, incidentally, is the region of the former vice president and presidential aspirant of the African Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar. So that's where the APC is planning to take over now. And then with the defection of the Taraba governor, they are going to have 4 against 3. Okay, they're going to have 4. And the PDP will be left with 2.
Well, I have here this one which says the Ghana police authorities said they rescued a 15-year-old Nigerian girl who was trafficked from Enugu under the pretext of offering her a cleaning job but was forced into prostitution. you see, people don't learn from situations, from what has happened in the past. They still fall into the hands of these people. And this is just as the police said they arrested one suspect in connection with the incident, while the prime suspect has been on the run. And it was learnt in a statement by the head Public Affairs Unit of the Western Central Regional Police, Beatrice Toxen, on Thursday, that the rescue followed a report by the victim's father that his daughter had gone missing in Nigeria.
This particular incident, well, you might not really want to blame the girl much, or if her parents were involved in this, yes. Blame them. Why do I say this? She was trafficked to another African country. If it had been like North Africa, when the Libya, Mali, and all that, that these things have been happening. Algeria, Morocco, we would have said, okay, maybe the parents or whoever our guardians should have sensed that something is amiss. And also, why do I still say this? Because in those days, when I was a boy, way back, maybe you're also aware of this. We used to have people who do this business. They call them mostly women. They call them Yolomodo. Yes. Though the business is illegal, it's illicit business, but they go to other African countries. They recruit girls, mostly girls, and sometimes boys from indigent homes, and the parents are always very eager because poverty is biting in those areas. In those communities where those young ones are recruited. So they bring them en masse, they bring them to Nigeria, and then they take them to homes that are in need of house helps, housemaids. Yes. And that's how they distribute them. And then most of the time they exploit them. They are the ones that will be taking the money while these young ones work like slaves in many cases. So they'll be one of taking the money. So at the end of the year, they'll just buy a few things, maybe some clothes and then maybe some foodstuffs, and then take it to their parents in those neighboring African countries. And all that. So the parents will be happy when they see those things. And usually they will allow the young ones to spend just a year, at most 2 years with you before they come to take them. They will say that their parents want to see them. It's a lie. They are taking them to another place. Another place, yes. Where they are offering to pay higher. But
they actually do the work, not prostitution.
Not prostitution. They do the job of house help. Although some of them could be unfortunate, they could get into the hands of people in those households that they are serving. They could end up with people that will abuse them. I've said they throw the girls. But then some of them also get lucky. They get into the hands of very good people that will take care of them, send them to school. And then eventually they turn out well. They turn out well. That happens on some occasions. So I'm just saying this so that I'm just saying one might not really want to blame the parents of this girl if they didn't suspect anything. It's Ghana. And not North Africa. But like I said, that business I told you about, illicit business, it still goes on. But then, thank God for NAPTIP. They've been on top of the situation, and then it's becoming reduced to the arrest minimum.
Yes, reduced. And one of the operatives, police operatives arrested one Joy Ibuna, who allegedly confined the victim in a room and forced her into that prostitution.
So that's wickedness.
Yes, and collected proceeds from the illegal act.
Oyo approved the construction of Ido, Akufo, Erua, Igbo, Kishi roads. So I think is it Alaji Ayelabugo? I'm trying to remember a particular caller from Erua.
From Erua, and then from and another one from the Okeogun axis. Yes, I'm sure they always complain about these roads.
I'm sure I'm sure they will be happy about this. Yes, it also covers Igbo and Kishi.
And actually, sometimes last week, I think 2 weeks ago, I accompanied the Oyo State Project Monitoring Agency to monitor some roads. The road was from Oluyole towards Erua. We did not get to Erua, towards Erua, but we just branched off the Erua road. just imagine that road. We were going through the expansion, the surface. Well, they called it some one kind of technical name like that, and we burst out at Ijayi. Yes, Ijayi near Iseyin. I was amazed. And it was the RM, I think one government agency, one Oyo State government agency, I can't remember the name now, that was embarking on that project, at least assisted by the World Bank.
And Federal Executive Council approved 43 billion naira for Lagos-Ibadan highway orders, and 43 billion naira for the completion of Phase 2, Section 2 of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Well, we've been clamoring for this for a very long time.
Which one is Phase 2, Section 2?
Bimbo. But as I know that
I thought
that the construction has not been completed, I will be clamoring and agitating all this time. So now so I guess that it is the uncompleted portion of the reconstruction project that they are talking about. Phase 2, Section 2.
Okay, maybe the 4-lane section.
I guess so. Right, let's open the phone lines. Number to call 070-5555-1985.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Tola, Mr. Bimbo.
Good morning, Mr. John.
John calling from Oluyole.
Good to have you, sir.
I was patiently listening to my fellow students on this class yesterday. In as much as I respect everybody's opinion, some agree that the U.S. is right, while some say Christians are mostly killed. But I want to ask Nigerians some questions this morning. From both the white man book, when God created Adam, did he tell Adam, you are a Muslim? When God created Adam, did he tell him, you are a Christian? Of course, none of the religious books said so. He only created Adam, and he never said, you are a Muslim, you are a Christian. There is no better time to be a patriotic Nigerian than now. Because you won't watch your country being hit by a foreign nation who has no jurisdiction over your country, and you are happy as a Christian or you are happy as a Muslim. No, we don't want that. We believe our military can do the needful. It's unfortunate that when we were shouting that they should do the needful, they refuse to do it. If my genotype is checked today, including you, Mr. Bimbo, Mr. Tola, your genotype can never match with Jesus Christ's own. Because it's not our ancestral, it's not part of our ancestor. And our genotype can never match with Prophet Muhammad's own, because it's not part of our ancestor. This is our ancestral home. That is why we cease to be talking sense to people who want to listen. That come, let's come together, not as an Igbo man, not as a Yoruba man, not as an Hausa man, not as a Christian, not as a Muslim, but let's come together as a Nigerian. Say no, we must stop this killing, and we won't allow external forces to come and do it for us, because it will be much more painful than we ever think. Go and ask Kuwait when America said they helped them against Iraq invasion. Go and ask. As of last year, Kuwait is still paying over $400 billion US. Now, coming back to China. China is also a country in this situation. Yes, they may raise their voice that they are in support of us. If we are hit, China will not put foot on ground for us. They are only protecting their own interests. Now, why I said China is also sponsoring terrorism, it is my own opinion, and I have my proof. Sometime last year, I traveled via military aircraft with a veteran journalist to visit the Zamfara site where Chinese are mining. So when we got there, I discovered that the farmer had all left, they could not harvest, and most of the villages in that area have been sacked. I now ask myself a question. Why are these Chinese still doing their business, enjoying it. Why the farmers will not even visit those villages again? The simple truth is that the Chinese pay the terrorists millions of dollars so that they can stay afloat. And when you pay terrorists this money, what do they do with it? They buy arms. They buy arms. So you are indirectly or directly sponsoring terrorism. Okay, many Western nations have failed, but India remains, China remains, Lebanese remains. Just because these three countries know how to play the game, they understand that once you bribe your way, you will have your way. So what they do is to pay the terrorists millions of dollars, and those terrorists in return buy ammunition to face the state. So what kind of this thing is that? So Nigerian government, this is a wake-up call.
Oh, sorry, Mr. John. That's from your end. I'll also have the completion of your thoughts. Let's have this commercial break. We'll be back.
Any motor where you dey drive, you need confirm protection, no, for your engine, no. Make a mobile, make it mobile, no, make it mobile. Anywhere you dey, the motor deserve to be number one, yo. Make it mobile, no, make it mobile. You carry the go, make everybody join me, say, make it mobile.
Make you go with the best.
Make it mobile.
Ball, I beg you get change. I won't give customer.
I don't get to. Get First Money Merchant POS. Let customers pay with cards and never miss a sale. Don't let no change cost you sales. With First Money Merchant POS, enjoy fast payments, instant settlement, and secure transactions. Visit any First Bank branch or sign up on www.firstbanknigeria.com/get your POS to get yours today. First Bank, you first.
Conversation. Right, we're back and the program is still conversation. Right, I'm still taking more calls. Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
My name is Warren.
Good morning, Mr. Nwelem.
Now, we say about Trump. We want to enter push on Kutala. She don't teach us what. Have you had another claim? Not the kid, told the kid. I haven't in 20 days. You can see the business. Now, I beg you, can you go to the Mendoza South at Santana? That is our friend, though. You can see it. We'll get the same here and here. Don't give us a we love each other. We're not going to each other. We can love each other. Why must someone get better than the against? Injustice. They're not going to say they said I can't do this thing. People don't come together. Let's run Nigeria. Let's go off.
Thank you, Mr. Nwelem. 070-5555-1985. That's the number to call.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you, Solan.
Good morning.
God bless you in Jesus' name.
Amen.
I'm Daniel Jeffrey speaking from Ogbari.
Good to have you, Mr. Jeffrey.
Concerning insecurity in Nigeria, all I'm expecting is that our leaders will brave up, whether our military. This is not the time to flex muscle, but it's time to readjust. And at the same time, our journalists will more investigative in the activity. It's very, very important. So I'm not beating about the bush. I don't want to, should not be hypocritical. As Nigerians, we have to break up and come together. The killing has started long ago, more than 50 years ago. Yes, if actually they are killing Muslims, they are killing Muslims that are not supporting this evil, the jihadi. So, and Christian Muslims, what they are suffering more. Going by what happened at Ogunlawa in 2010, it is not possible. So what we have to do is that this time around, when those ones are gone, we have to be futuristic now. Lead our leaders, especially the president of Nigeria, was based on. Not only that, we have to give our everybody military training. It's very, very important. They can't take them. Don't give them guns. But mobilize them in time of war. We are facing a very serious war in Nigeria. God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Dari Ojetunde. Well, we still say that there is mass killing of Nigerians and not masculine of Christians or Muslims.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good to have you.
Nobody wants any foreign country to come and make it to the affairs. But when we cannot even manage our affairs, why won't a country to focus in there? And this country is, in fact, what prompted Trump to write this statement was a petition from the Catholics from the Equa. You know, in the north, you have Equa. It was when this thing was years to the government. It was kind of like years to the government. And this thing will come mostly on daily basis. They kill the last part of the Baramba, they correct. It's right now. They have their counterparts, those they relate with in the meeting, in the US, the evangelicals, and the Catholics. So it was those ones that pushed the agenda to the Senate, the Democrats and all that. So those ones now present that. It was what they presented to him, to Mr. President there. That was what he acted on. They did not know that it's not only the Muslim Christians they are killing, that these people are just murderers. They murder anything they see on sight. So that is what prompted them to write. And Trump is not going to send any troops. I know him. He has not sent any troops to anywhere. He's not going to send any troops. What he's doing is just observe their target. But what Sergeant said yesterday is scanning something. Because by the time you are blowing up target, the North will say you are killing their children. You know, that kind of a thing. But when the government said to us in court, when they, now, Kabiru Shokoto and Aminu Okuche, who went the other day and bombed the children and women. Now, at the end, Kabiru Shokoto, in fact, somebody let him out of the prison. One escape until when there was noise and they brought him back again. You know, all those nonsense. Now, the governors used to take pictures with him, despite the atrocities the guy has committed in that state and all other terrorists over there. But when the government is not happy, if those Christians over there in the north center see that the government is doing something, you are apprehended. You are apprehended and they give them the normal justice. Nobody will be crying that out now. So that's just it. When the government fails to do, you are not prosecuted, you are not doing anything, the sponsors, you are not revealing any names. So why won't people now believe you? So thank you.
Well, thank you very much.
So exactly the point, Mr. Judy. We have not shown enough seriousness in dealing with insecurity.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Joe Michael, calling from Oluyole.
Love you, Mr. Joe Michael.
Yes, on the issue, the statement credited to Finance Minister. Finance Minister is a little bit correct. Price of commodity is coming down a little bit, but not as expected. So we want them to give you needful in terms of security, food security, and everything. God bless you.
Well, coming down a little bit, the minister sounded as if the problem had entirely disappeared, and that we were now fair or Jeko.
Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Good morning.
Yes, good morning, sir. My name is Evangelist from Mobile.
Good to have you, sir.
You see, all this, the issues of crop is going on for how many days ago? And then you see, people, these people, when the preaching about last September this year, a school of review secretary, he said, a former German chancellor, Angela Merkel, invited him to Germany during his under his watch to ask him about the 49 billion that have been lost, that have been missing. So what I'm saying is that the people in European day and Americans, they will pity for our life than our leader here. So if Trump say you want to come and defend Christians, it's right. It's 100% right. For me, he can be fully welcome to Nigeria. Most of these people, the part of the north, Christians are being killed. They say people are those who are traveling there as offer. You cannot go and pray. You cannot go and preach there. So people are there now marginalizing more Christian people. Why are we denying? Let some come and help us finally. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you. The Americans are not coming to help you. they are not coming to help you. Well, I would say more than that. I think the time it's 7:30 and time to go. We'll be back same time tomorrow morning, God willing. My name is Tola Teriba.
And my name is Bimbo Akombi. Thank you very much for listening. Enjoy your day.
Conversation.
Oluyole
It's a beautiful Friday morning. There's a time check at 7:30 a.m. and it's sport time. This is Oluyole 98.5 FM, the trailblazer, the pride of the nation, and of course you know the best in the West. Buluwaji Ogumala is here once again with all the news that you can use in the beautiful and ever exciting world of sports. Bring you the latest, the hottest, and the juicy sport news making rounds at this beautiful Friday morning. Thank you for this Friday edition of the show, day number 7 in the month of November 2025. And we're moving even closer to the bigger World Cup qualifiers. Playoff. Don't forget, it will be holding next week. It is Nigeria taking on Gabon, and of course, the winner of that tie will face the winner of the Cameroon versus DR Congo encounter. So a lot has been put in place to ensure that Nigeria come out in flying colors, so as to, move closer to the FIFA World Cup holding next year. Of course, this and more is time to enjoy the show this beautiful morning. Don't forget that in Europe we had games in the Europa League and of course in the Conference League yesterday. All the results will be shared on the show this beautiful morning. Let's hit the ground running from the Nigeria Premier Football League, where 2 short games were played yesterday. It was an exciting day of action in the Nigeria Premier Football League as Nasarawa United secured a hard-fought 2-1 victory over defending champions Remo Stars, while Benin Insurance were held to a goalless draw by Rivers United in Benin City. In Lafia, Remo Stars got off to a perfect start when Michael Ibe put them ahead in the 5th minute of the game. However, the home side responded strongly with John Joshua netting the equalizer in the 32nd minute of the game to bring Nasarawa United back into the game. With both sides pushing for the winner, Joe Frank proved to be the hero of Nasarawa United, scoring in the 79th minute to seal all 3 points for the solid miners. Meanwhile, in Benin City, Benin Insurance and Rivers United played out a very, very tense goalless draw at the Samuel Ogbomodia Stadium in Benin City yesterday. Despite creating several chances, both teams failed to find the back of the net, leaving them to share the spoils. But the result leaves Nasarawa United maintaining their position on the table, while Remo Stars will look to bounce back in their next outing. Benin Insurance and Rivers United, on the other hand, continued their steady run in the campaign. That's a result of the scheduled games played yesterday involving Remo Stars and Rivers United. Well, from there, let's cross over to the camp of Caterpillars this morning. The Caterpillars, have reached a mutual settlement with former head coach Evans Ogenye. Ogenye joined the same Mesugida side just before the team traveled to Latvia National State for the Alan preseason tournament, which the team won. He signed a 1-year preseason contract with the 4-time NPFL champions. Well, of course, it's not news that the former Lobby star Gaffer was handed an indefinite suspension by the club's management after a 1-0 draw against Shooting Stars on the 19th of October 2025 in Kano. This was Ogenye's 8th match in charge in the league this season, with 2 wins, 2 draws, and 4 defeats. A record that prompted the club's hierarchy to take action. Ogenye was suspended alongside the club's legend headers Ahmed Garba Yaro. Their dispatcher led to former club captain and assistant coach Gamba Mohamed, goalkeeping coach Sulaiman Shaibu, and junior team coach Ghazali Mohamed taking interim charge of the club. However, the Ali Nayara-led management of Kano Pillars has since appointed coach Mohamed Babaganaro as Ogenye's successor. Well, on Wednesday, coach Ogenye exclusively told reporters that he harbors no ill feelings towards the management of Kano Pillars. According to him, we sorted everything out. We sat down together and discussed my entitlement. We agreed to ensure that I received my monthly entitlement for the duration of my contract. I have no issue with that. They even told me that if possible, they would fully pay me off by December. It is in black and white. I have a copy, and they have theirs as well. And of course, similarly, Ali Nayara, executive chairman of Kano Pillars, confirmed that the club and Ogenye had reached a mutual agreement regarding the payment of his contractual dues. We wish Ogenye all the very best, and hopefully they will pay him all his entitlement. Very important. Alright, let's move on this morning and talk about next week's playoffs. Super Eagles head coach Eric Shell is expected to unveil his final squad for the 2026 World Cup African playoffs today, ahead of the team's advanced delegation departure to Morocco tomorrow, Saturday. Well, according to a top official of the NFF, yes, invitation letters have already been sent to the players' clubs, with all invited players expected to report directly to camp in Morocco next week, Monday. Goalkeeper Marika Okoye, we understand, returns to the squad, while Brentford defender Michael Kayode is excluded for now, as he remains undecided on whether to represent Nigeria or Italy. The Super Eagles will face Gabon in their opening playoff match on the 13th of November. Should they advance, they will play the winner between Cameroon and DR Congo on the 16th of November for a place in the Inter-Confederation playoff holding in March in Mexico next year. I'm talking about Nigerian players. How are we praying for that one ahead of the release of the list? Let me inform you that Nigerian representation for the qualifier at the playoffs next week against Gabon have been dealt another blow, with Celtic striker Kelechi Iheanacho ruled out due to injury. Super Eagles head coach Eric Shell has delayed the official announcement of his squad because of the ongoing club commitment, but sources indicate that Iheanacho will not make the list. The 28-year-old forward is the 8th Nigerian player confirmed unavailable for the decisive international window next week. He joins the likes of Fisher Adele Bashir, Cyril Desas, Felix Agu, Olaoluwa Aina, Ivo Ogu, Semi Ajayi, and Nathan Taylor on the growing injury list. Iheanacho has been in fine form for Celtic following a summer move from Sevilla, but continues to battle a persistent hamstring problem. The former Manchester City forward was also absent from Nigeria's previous World Cup qualifiers against Lesotho and the Benin Republic. His last appearance for the national team came in May, when he featured as a substitute in the Unity Cup friendly against Jamaica. Celtic manager Martin O'Neill confirmed earlier this week that the striker did not travel with the squad to Denmark for their Europa League tie yesterday. And despite the setback, there are some positive news for the Super Eagles. Samuel Chukwueze has returned to full fitness pressing off the bench in Fulham's 3-0 victory over Wolverhampton Wanderers, while Chidozie Awaziem passed the late fitness test to feature in Nantes against Metz in the League One. Shell is expected to announce his final squad list later on today. Away from that, let's talk awards this morning, where Super Falcons goalkeeper Chiamaka Nnadozie has been shortlisted for the 2025 Best FIFA Women's Goalkeeper Award. FIFA officially announced the launch of the voting process for the Best FIFA Football Awards 2025 yesterday, as fans from all around the world can cast their votes for the best players, coaches, and goalkeepers of the year through the official FIFA app. Nnadozie, the Super Falcons goalkeeper, will contend with other top goalkeepers for the FIFA top honors, including Anne-Katrin Berger of Germany, Katakol of Spain, Christian Endler of Chile, Anna Hampton of England, Anna Morehouse of England, and Fallon Toulouse-Joyce of United States. The reigning African goalkeeper of the year made the shortlist after a remarkable campaign in the 2024-2025 season, where she inspired a former club, Paris FC, to the Coupe de France Feminine, their first title in about 20 years. She was also crucial to Nigeria's 10th WAFCON triumph in Morocco earlier this year, where she was also named the goalkeeper of the tournament. After joining Brighton Women in England, Nnadozie has kept up her consistent performance at club level, and she is also nominated for the 2025 Women's Yashin Trophy at the Ballon d'Or, where she finished fourth. She's had a fantastic year, no doubt. The 24-year-old goalkeeper is in contention for the third CAF Women's Goalkeeper of the Year at the upcoming CAF Awards ceremony. Voting for the FIFA Best Awards will end on the 28th of this month, while the awards will be handed out to the winners at the ceremony early next year. I mean, she's had a very good season, and of course, capping up with all of this nomination is a testament that she's really going places, no doubt, and she's just 24. Fantastic goalkeeper. Alright, back to next week's playoffs. Let's quickly peep on our opponent Gabon, where Gabon's head coach Thierry Moyoma yesterday unveiled a 27-man squad ahead of the team's crucial 2026 FIFA World Cup African playoff clash with Nigeria's Super Eagles. Speaking at a press conference in Libreville yesterday, the coach named experienced stars, including former Arsenal and Barcelona striker Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who will captain the Panthers, and Wolves midfielder Mario Lemina. Also listed are Dennis Bwanga, Gabon's top scorer in the qualifiers with 8 goals, Moha Lemina, Bruno Okele Manga, and Aguilo Kanga. The match is billed for Thursday, the 13th of November in Rabat, Morocco. The winner will face either Cameroon or DR Congo in the next playoff round. Despite a strong qualifying campaign, Gabon finished second in Group E with 25 points, and narrowly behind Côte d'Ivoire, who topped the group with 26 points. But that's just a quick look at our opponent next week. But then ahead of that game, let me inform you that a lot is happening as far as officiating is concerned. FIFA has appointed a South African officiating team to handle the Super Eagles 2026 World Cup playoff first leg against Gabon, sparking stronger objections from fans who have questioned the neutrality of the decision. According to a FIFA letter dated November 3rd, 2025, Tom Abongile will serve as the center referee, assisted by compatriot Zaklehe Siwali and Aklona Makalima, who will oversee VR duties. The referee assessor for the match billed for Rabat will come from Benin Republic. A senior NFF official told reporters yesterday that the federation was baffled by FIFA's decision, citing strained football relations between Nigeria and South Africa. The development has also triggered a wave of criticism on social media, with people with a lot of fans accusing fingers at FIFA, saying that it is not fair at all. Well, a number of them referenced how a South African minister had previously said that he did not want Nigeria to qualify for the World Cup, to express how the officiating may disfavor the Super Eagles. What a lot happening over there, but then we need to go on a very, very quick break. And when I return, we'll take a few more stories, starting with Amajima Pinnick speaking about the FIFA Forward Fund.
Aṣíwájú Ìgbò ọ̀rà lọ ọ̀pálámbà tí òyìnbó fún onígbàsọ òdi sọ ò Chief Dr. Amos Adémọ́lá Adépọ̀jù àgbà ọ̀mọ̀wé àgbà òṣèlú àgbà olùṣètò ìlú bàbá gbé agbádá làákàyè wọlé lọ́pọ̀ ọlọ́pọ̀lọ́ tó kún rẹ́rẹ́ ọmọ ìsàlẹ̀ pẹ́ńbọ́ ilé ìjagun ọ̀jẹ̀kọ́ ìbẹ̀rẹ̀kòdó Ìgbò ọ̀rà ọdún mọ́kàndínláàdọ́rùn ni bàbá lò láyé Dr. Amos Adémọ́lá ti fìgbà kan jẹ́ ọ̀gá ilé ẹ̀kọ́ ètò ọ̀gbìn ìlú Àkúrẹ́ àgbà olùkọ́ ní University of Ife tó di OAU lásìkò yìí àsìkò kan pàtàkì ni bàbá fi jẹ́ rẹ́kítọ̀ the Polytechnic Ìbàdàn gbogbo ọmọ Ìbàràpá àwọn ọba àti ìjòyè ìyàwó ọmọ àti ọmọ ló ń ṣe lédè lẹ́yìn rẹ̀ a ò mọ̀ pé ṣe ó wù ú lógún ọdún gbogbo wa ìbá ti dìrọ̀ mọ́ ìlú ẹṣin ọlọ́lá Amos Adémọ́lá ọmọ ìjàmbá òjẹ̀kọ́ ọkùnrin jẹ́jẹ́ oníwà tútù bí àdàbà àbàtàbùtù Chief Adémọ́lá Adépọ̀jù ó dàárọ̀ olùkéde ìdílé Chief Dr. Samuel Ọ̀jẹ̀lábí Mọ́rákìyàn ọ̀tún Máyégún Jàyè orílẹ̀ ààrẹ atúlùṣe ti ìlú Ìgbò ọ̀rà.
Glad to know you are there. It's still Spotted Beat on Oluyole 98.5 FM. It's the Tangol's Friday edition of the show. Of course, we've been talking Nigeria football and, of course, counting down to next week's playoffs with Gabon, including the fact that Gabon released their squad list yesterday, and, of course, Super Eagles squad list expected later on today. Don't forget, we're also live on OLUYOLE FM 96.3 and Agility FM 92.1. All right, let's talk about the FIFA Forward Fund, where former president of the Nigeria Football Federation, Amajima Pinnick, is troubled by the lingering calls for accountability in the management of funds and projects by the body, noting that the criticisms are not good for the country. The NFF is still under fire for its handling of the FIFA funds received from FIFA, with football enthusiasts circulating claims via social media that the body misappropriated funds from the FIFA Forward 2.0 program for the construction of 2 mini stadiums, which were valued at $1.2 million each. And although the country's football body, as NFF, had since denied the claims, Pinnick, who was president between 2014 and 2022, when the grants were allocated, has again come to the defense of the NFF and Nigerian sports institutions in general. Well, he made a clarification during a TV interview in Lagos yesterday. Let's listen to Amaju Melvin Pinnick speaking about the FIFA Forward Fund this morning.
I don't think I would have come for this interview because the chairman National Sports Commission dealt with it in another studio, A to Z of it, because he was part of it. He was part of the Nigerian Football Federation. But it's also good to spread the gospel of objectivity, transparency, and integrity, and that and at our level, we should be able to come out to say, to protect institutions. It's not just coming there to defend. We must protect institutions in Nigeria. Where we need to protect them, we expose them where we need to expose them. We project the country where we need to project the country. Absolutely. It's very critical. You know, we are going through a lot right now globally in terms of image. We do not need this. Now, let me go straight. Let me not digress. First, the processes, the protocols, the procedures that were used to award those contracts were global and also in line with our Public Procurement Acts. Everything went through the books. Tenders were made. You saw the tenders. And people bidded for the job. Companies bidded for the job. The company that won the job to do the one in Kebbi is not new. Aaron Construction Company, the Abeokuta Stadium they used for a National Sports Festival, he built it in 1999. He revamped it for the National Sports Festival. He was part of the building of this Tesla Balogun Stadium. He's done a couple of stadiums. He is a guru in sports infrastructure. And he won the bid. And what was the bid? When they say $1.2 million, $1.2 million at that point was 400 million naira. After going through the processes, he did everything he needed to do. So people should understand this. When I keep emphasizing that even in the face of COVID, there was no variation. Everything that to do, 400 million naira at that point. I mean, you bring in, they'll produce a synthetic turf. You fly it in, you take it to Kebbi State, they'll do stabilization, they'll do the foundation, they'll do underground drainage, then come on, 400 million naira for a project at that point. So if you look at it, he did it and is in phases. Let me also tell you about the FIFA funds. I'm a member of FIFA, very proudly. And there are some things that I know that I just want to keep educating the public. There's what's called an agreement between the NA, which is the member association, and FIFA on what they want to do. Is called the COA, the contract agreement. Once you agree this is what you want to do, FIFA will look at it in line with their own processes, in line with the statutes. If it's in line with their processes in terms of forward programs, FIFA accepts it. They sign the agreement and they implement. Okay. NFF is just like a conduit. FIFA pays, and based on the contract, FIFA says, once you start, I think they pay about 350,000. It's a milestone payment. Okay. Everything properly done. So when I hear people speak, it does really only baffle me. It hurts me. You know why? Because when you keep going out screaming, Nigeria is this, Nigeria is that, we have lost a lot because of all those kind of casting of unnecessary aspersions.
Okay. Before we go there, Nigeria was not the only beneficiary of the FIFA Forward program. Yeah. You have Mauritania, Cabo Verde, Zambia, and when you look at what they did with the funds, it's a far cry from what Nigeria did with the funds. Yeah. And this is the issue. Yeah. It's not about anybody trying to demarket Nigeria or trying to cast aspersion on the nation. It's because we're in the digital age. People have Googled, they've seen what they have in Mauritania, they've seen what they have in Cabo Verde, Zambia, all of which are much smaller footballing nations than Nigeria. So why is there the variation between what other countries got and what we got?
Let me tell you, I can also educate you on it.
Please do, yes, I'd appreciate that.
The project they are doing in Abuja now, FIFA, when I took over as president of NFF, it was under Blatter. Blatter was giving $200,000 and $250,000 every year for 2 years when I came in. Then Gianni came in. One of his campaign promises was football money should be for football. He increased it from about 400%. From 250 to 1.250 million. 1,250,000. Now, a country can decide to say, an MA can decide to say, for the entire cycle of 4 years, instead of giving me 1.2, give me the 6 point whatever. With that, FIFA, you can also, that's why I say an agreement between FIFA and the MA. With that, they can now do something more sophisticated. And that's what they are doing in Abuja right now, with the hostels, with the pitches. Now, I'm sure they would have written, we were going to do it. So it's a story for another day. We were going to do it when we signed our agreement with Morocco. Morocco is now a paradigm shift in terms of infrastructure development, which of course has given rise to their football astronomically. Now, we were going to do it. Myself, the now chairman of National Sports Commission, even my vice president, we visited Morocco. We saw what they were doing. And we took the same thing and we came back under Dalong as a minister. But I knew what happened.
Amaju Melvin Pinnick, the former president of the Nigeria Football Federation, defending the FIFA Forward Fund. All right, moving on. Yesterday in South Africa, Patrick Motsepe, CAF president, had a meeting with journalists where he unveiled the new broadcast sponsorship for the AFCON holding in Morocco next month, and of course announcing SuperSport and Canal Plus as the major broadcasters. And during that particular meeting, Patrick Motsepe spoke about how big the AFCON and AFCON footballer has become. Well, let's quickly listen to Patrick Motsepe. He wasn't the only one at the meeting yesterday. Solomon Kalu was there, and Nigeria's Oluyole. But first off, let's listen to Patrick Motsepe, CAF president.
It's like any other commodity that you sell. Whether you make cars and sell cars, or whether you make bread and sell bread, whatever commodity you make, our commitment has always been that football must be enormously exciting, enormously attractive, enormously appealing. So when 180 nations want to watch the AFCON, it's a recognition that not just in the 54 countries in Africa, but in 126 countries all over the world, there's a huge amount of excitement and appreciation of African football. I want to conclude once more by really expressing...
CAF President Patrick Motsepe speaking there. Well, also at the meeting yesterday was Nigeria's Stanley Wabali, Nigeria goalkeeper Stanley Wabali, and then African and Ivorian legend that's talking about Solomon Kalu. And Solomon Kalu had this to say about Nigerian football and the rivalry between Ivory Coast and the Super Eagles.
Definitely favor. My first question to Solomon Kalu is this with Nigeria. I saw you teasing Stanley. What is it with Nigeria and Cote d'Ivoire?
It's the love I have for Ubi Mikael. I think I'm still mad at him because he never invited me to eat a goosey in his house. So that's why. No, but it's all love. Nigeria represents so much for Africa when it comes to football. So we knew that our biggest opponent will always be Nigeria. Even we always have difficulty to beat them. They beat us in 2013 when they won the AFCON, and we beat them at home. So it's even. So
talking about the Africa Cup of Nations, looking at the teams that are there, where are you placing your bet on?
It's hard. It's very hard because now there's no small team. All team can represent the nation, and still you see last AFCON where we lost 4-1 against Guinea Equatorial. Nobody expect that. So it's difficult to pick one team, but I think you always have some favorite: Nigeria, Ivory Coast.
Solomon Kalu, former Chelsea star, speaking in South Africa yesterday. Alright, moving to football in Europe this time around. The matches were played in Europa League and Conference League yesterday. FC Basel defeated FCSB 3-1. Krasnodar defeated Lille by a single goal. Celta Vigo trashed Dinamo Zagreb 3-0. Panathinaikos won better than Malmo FF. Midtjylland defeated Celtic 3-1. Freiburg were 3-1 better than Nice. Salzburg defeated GA Eagles by 2-0. Stuttgart and Nottingham Forest played out a goalless draw. Porto and Utrecht played 1-1 as well. Aston Villa defeated Maccabi Tel Aviv 2-0. Betis were 2-0 better than Lyon. Bologna and Brann played out a goalless draw. Genk defeated Braga 4-3. Ferencváros and Ludogorets played out 3-1 in favor of Ferencváros. PAOK defeated Young Boys 4-0. Pleasant and Fenerbahce played goalless. Roma defeated Rangers 2-0. Stuttgart defeated Feyenoord 2-0 as well. In the World Cup of FIFA Under-17 World Cup games played yesterday, Italy defeated Bolivia 4-0. Portugal defeated Morocco 6-0. Japan and New Caledonia played at a goalless draw. Argentina won better than Tunisia. Belgium trashed Fiji 7-0. Croatia defeated UAE 3-0. Qatar and South Africa played 1-1. Senegal defeated Costa Rica by a single goal. Of course, conference games were also played. Of course, time won't allow me to go through all of that. Of course, today across Europe, our European leagues will be played in France. Paris FC will take on Rennes later tonight. In the Bundesliga, it is Werder Bremen versus Wolfsburg. In the Serie A, it is Pisa versus Cremonese. Yes, so those are the top games to look forward to as far as European League football is concerned tonight. That's the size of the show. Big thanks to everyone who's in part of today's workshop. Bigger thanks to you and you for listening. Back tomorrow morning for the Saturday edition of the show. Till then, do have a wonderful day and stay safe.
bàbá kérésì BCOS náà wáyé tìlù tìfọ́n láti fi máa ń kíkọ́ bọ̀ sínú ọgbà iléeṣẹ́ wa lóríta Basọ̀run nílùú Ìbàdàn kété tí bàbá kérésì bá ti kúrò nílẹ̀ Róòmù gbàgede iléeṣẹ́ wa BCOS ló gùn wá sí torí ẹ̀ la fi ń sọ fún iléeṣẹ́ ńláńlá olókòwò kékèké ẹ̀yin tẹ́ fẹ́ tajà àwọn ọmọdé ẹ̀yin kátàkárà tàbẹ́yìn tẹ́ bá fẹ́ ta ohun tẹ́nu ń jẹ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ máa ń lo àkókò òpin ọdún pẹ̀tẹ́ láti ta onírúurú ọjà ti ní láti ṣayẹyẹ òpin ọdún fáwọn ọmọdé àtàgbàlagbà ẹlẹ́gbẹ́jẹgbẹ́ ilé ìjọsìn ẹ̀yin ọlọ́jà tẹ́ fẹ́ ta ohun gbogbo tẹ́nu ń jẹ ẹ máa bọ̀ nínú ọgbà iléeṣẹ́ wa BCOS lóríta Basọ̀run nílùú Ìbàdàn láti bá wa dòwò pọ̀ pẹ̀lú owó péréte ẹ sì lè pe alága ìgbìmọ̀ bàbá kérésì ní akéde lóríta Basọ̀run fọ́dún 2025 àjọpọ̀ bí ẹni ní Olódùmarè hallelujah sórí 08116200150 08116200150 bàbá kérésì ní akéde lóríta Basọ̀run ti palẹ̀mọ́ láti gúnlẹ̀ sọ́gbà iléeṣẹ́ wa BCOS bó o ṣe gbọ́ máa sọ fẹ́lòmíì pé ó ti ń palẹ̀mọ́ kò ní pẹ́ dé.
Ojúmọ́ bá ti mọ́ ọ̀yẹ́ máa ń la ọ̀run ọ̀yẹ́ tó la lónìí o ọ̀yẹ́ ire ni ẹ̀kú ojúmọ́ lọ́dẹ̀ẹ̀dẹ̀ yìí o ojúmọ́ aláyọ̀ èmi o ìròyìn lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ màlá tó ti gbé dé ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ìròyìn kárí ayé màlẹ́lẹ́yìn o ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà etí mi ò lè jò ń lò fọ́nrán ìní tó lóko yìí ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ẹ̀tẹ́ tí balẹ̀ jẹ́ ká tún jọgbọ́ ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ìkànnì tó gbajúgbajà Olúyọ̀lé FM ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà Ajílété FM ẹ tún máa gbọ́ wa lásìkò kan náà ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà Òkè Ògùn FM tó wà lálága ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó kún kẹ́kẹ́ ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. ẹ máa gbọ́ nínú ilé nínú mọ́tò tàbí lórí ẹ̀rọ ìléwọ́ ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. Agbe Press ó tún ti yá ká tún jọgbọ́ ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn rẹ̀ o.
tẹ́gbẹ̀gbẹ̀ níwọ̀n torí pé ilé ayé kò sí fẹ́nìkan níbikíbi tó bá wà kó yé ṣèpàkọ́lùkì tẹ́gbẹ̀gbẹ̀ níwọ̀n má ní lónìí kí má ní lọ́la eléyìí la fi ń kí wa káàbọ̀ sórí àkọ́tún ètò ní ti ọ̀fẹ́ fún tòun ọ̀tún ní torí pé ìgbà òtọ́ lọ bí òréré ayé òsì tọ́ lọ bí ọ̀pá àbọ̀n ẹ káàbọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí sórí àkọ́tún ètò èlé ti ọ̀fẹ́ gbólógbó wa ti tún dé olóhùn àrò àkàlàmọ̀gbó wa ti tún dé olóhùn àrò tẹ̀tẹ̀rẹ̀ wa ti tún dé olóhùn kọ̀mọ́ni o ẹ mọ̀ pé bí gbólógbó bá dún pogún ogún ọmọ ní dákẹ́ nílé alára bákàlàmọ̀gbó bá dún pọ̀gbọ̀n ọgbọ̀n ọmọ ní dákẹ́ nílé ajérò bí tẹ̀tẹ̀rẹ̀ bá kíkàrà kò rú 50 ọmọ a sì dákẹ́ nílé ọwárùngún àgàmọ̀ta èdè ìjẹ́ pogún tí gbólógbó wa ń dún lónìí ti kúkọ́ o pọ̀gbọ̀n tákàlàmọ̀gbó wa ń dún lóòrọ̀ yìí táwọn kọ́ kàrákòrò títẹ̀tẹ̀rẹ̀ wa ń ké lórí ètò ilé ti ọ̀fẹ́ fún tòun ọ̀tún tàìkú baálé ọ̀rọ̀ ni gbogbo tíjọ́ mọ̀ gbọ́ wa lórí ètò fún tòní láṣẹ Elédùà kò ní di tẹ́ padà mọ́ lọ́wọ́ sí kẹsàmí kẹsì gbẹ́tọ̀ àmì ní gbogbo ojú tó sì lọ wù wá lórí ìtàkùn ayélujára ojú òun ò ní padà di táwọn wọlé o èèyàn tó bá láyè iná ní kó sàmí nílé àṣàfà ló kọ mi ọmọ torí ọ̀rọ̀ wáyé ọmọ torí èdè lókè ìpẹ́ bàbá rẹ mi tó fapá jánu àbúgbàfẹsẹ̀ halẹ̀ ẹnu rẹ̀ tún yàn lọ́dọ̀ àjàlá lámọ̀ mọ̀rímọ̀rí tó jẹ́ pé ní mọ̀rí ẹni fún ni a tún gbádùn ara wa lórí ètò ilé tí ọ̀fẹ́ fún tòun ọ̀tún ní àgbéra wa tàbáyé táwọn bó ṣe ń lọ káàkiri àgbáńlá ayé ẹ kú ojúmọ́ ẹ tún kú ojúmọ́ mọ́ ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí àkọ́tún ètò.
mo kí wa níbi gbogbo tí ẹ ti ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ pé ẹ káàárọ̀ a kú ojúmọ́ mọ́ sí orí ètò ilé tí ọ̀fẹ́ fún ti àárọ̀ tó ní Bùnmi Elégbèdé lórúkọ mi tí mo ń kí wa pé ẹ káàbọ̀ sí orí ètò gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìṣe wa lórí ètò ẹ ti mọ̀ wípé bí ẹ ṣe ń gbọ́ wa ní ìkànnì Olúyọ̀lé 98.5 FM náà lẹ́ẹ̀ máa gbọ́ wa ní Ajílété 92.1 FM àti Òkè Ògùn 96.3 FM. Bákan náà lójú òpó ìtàkùn àgbáyé lójú òpó facebook.com/Olúyọ̀lé 98.5 FM. Àwa ń bẹ̀rù níbi tí ẹ ó ti rí wa nígbà tí àkókò bá tó gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìṣe wa ní orí ètò òun náà lẹ́yìn láǹfààní láti fi ìròyìn hàn nípa látòrí ẹ̀rọ ìbáraẹnisọ̀rọ̀ láti jẹ́ ká mọ ìròyìn lórí àwọn ìròyìn èyí tí a bá kà sí etí gbọ̀yìn. Kókó náà la fi ń ṣíwájú ètò ní orí ètò Létí Ọ̀fẹ́. Wọ́n ní adébíṣẹ́ má ṣe é àgbà ọ̀lẹ́ ní àwọn òsì ń ṣe ọ̀lẹ́bí kò tẹ̀ sọ́lẹ́bí rárá bó ti wù kó mọ. Kókó àkọ́kọ́ lọ́wọ́ tèmi bí òun náà ló ní ṣe o pẹ̀lú ìrọ̀ tó ń jà rọ̀rùn ìnílẹ̀ lórí ìdúkokò ètò ààbò tó mẹ́hẹ̀ èyí tí ààrẹ ilẹ̀ Amẹ́ríkà tóun náà ń lo àǹfààní rẹ̀ tí ó fi ń yọnu sí alára lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí ká lò bẹ́ẹ̀ àmọ́ ààrẹ Tinubu ti wá dúró wá òun ní tọ́ òun lérí òun ṣèlérí wípé òun